Had a little bit of a mishap here, which might force my hand to go ahead and upgrade to another phone. It's not sure like what I should go with. Should I go with an Apple or should I go with an Android? I've been an Android user, I think, since the beginning of time. I say that kind of in a funny way because I think, like, I don't know, man. Android has been like the phone that I've always had, and I've had the Samsung, so I've been a Samsung user since I believe the Note 2. This is the Note 9, which has been an absolute piece of garbage, and we just had a freak accident with the pen here. I grabbed the phone because I was going to do a video on this thing. This is the Creality Ender 3 Pro. Because the orders have been flying out the door of these dang SKYRC GPS encapsulators, all these things, the XRT mounts, the Kraton and the Outcast bumper mounts, like it's been flying out the door to the fact that now I need to enlist the use of another printer. So this is Creality 3D from Shenzhen Technology Company Limited. That's what my 3D printer is that's upstairs that's been working overtime, meaning that thing right now has not been turned off. That thing has not been turned off for the past couple of weeks now. So, and I literally mean not turned off. It runs day and night just printing the entire time. The 3D prints take quite a while. Some things take like 4.5 hours and other things take like 3.75 hours. And then there's another one that takes 2 hours and 51 minutes? I think it's 2 hours and 51 minutes to create one of those 3D printed encapsulators. But anyways, yeah, mishaps. I don't know what I'm going to do, whether if I'm going to go with an iPhone or if I'm just going to stick with Android. I have no idea. I don't even think they have the Note series anymore. I think that's what the S23 is, like the S23 Ultra. I think you can get like a pen with it or something. And I do like the pen because that's how I do a lot of my stuff, like my thumbnails and stuff. I actually use the pen like to do like cutouts and stuff. So anyways, this video is about this thing, so let's crack this thing open, see what you get inside of the Creality Ender 3 Pro. Oh yeah, that's right, this is RC Guy Garage, so let's check this out. This thing is a much bigger kind of like footprint or contraption. I think build plate's like 400 by 400 or something like that. The brand new one, I'm thinking it's like half the size. But when you're printing parts such as this, that's really all you needed. When I bought this 3D printer, I was thinking like, I don't know, I had like the 3D printing, like, I don't know. Dude, I thought I was just gonna be able to print like massive things. And then you realize that small parts is definitely where it's at. You can do the larger parts, but the larger parts are also, unless you're like a 3D filament printer aficionado or whatever the heck that is, sometimes things don't go right. So, but this machine has been fine-tuned. I know exactly how this machine operates, so I'm hoping that the newer version of this machine, just on a smaller platform, I'm hoping that the newer version is going to be a little bit more seamless. I'm hoping that it's just literally going to pop out my memory card, toss it into the brand new one, and see what happens. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm just going to literally build it, set it up. You're going to see what comes in the box, how it comes in the box. I'm going to build it. Hopefully there's tools in it. I know this unit came with everything that was needed. As a matter of fact, I just busted out some of the tools because during the cleaning process of this, every once in a while you do have to clean these things because the 3D printer dust, like the strings and stuff, sometimes fly all over the place. So sometimes, like when you look underneath here, you can see there's like pieces of orange, there's pieces of green. So I did like the main cleaning of this unit. But this thing has been running strong. This is an all original factory unit. And I believe I got this either in 2017 or 2018. I actually can't remember, but it's been quite a while. So let's break open this new box, the 3D Ender Pro, and see what we've got. Because this poor thing has had an awful lot of miles on it. But I will tell you, this thing does an awesome, awesome job. And like I said, this is just a stock unit. But this thing, well, stock except for the Ultra Base thing. But this is a stock unit, man. And this thing has been pumping away, making awesome prints. I'm definitely not a paid sponsor of, what is it, Micro Center. I went to Micro Center in Cambridge, Mass, and that's where I got this 3D Creality Ender 3 Pro. 3D. Whatever. So what do you get inside the box of a Creality 3D printer? So right away, looks like somehow they stuffed a $10 filament thing. $10 off your next inland filament purchase. Right here, so. Pop this bad boy open. Oh, look at that. I'm already seeing an XT60 connector. All right. Very, very well. Wow, look at that build sheet, man. That thing is tiny. But it's going to be perfect because when you think about it, that's all I'm printing. That's all I'm printing. So in here, we've got a, I don't know. And I don't know. This guide is for the Ender 3 Pro 3D printer. Select the correct input voltage. That's important. 230 or 115. So I think if you plugged it in and it was set on, 230 and you were, in the US, I think you're fine. But if you were in the 230 range and you had it selected to 115, yeah, you'd be out of luck. Because of the software, hardware upgrades and model differences, new revisions may not be listed in this guide. So I might open this up just to see like if there's some kind of instruction manual or something that I might need to go ahead and assemble this. This little bag right here. Looks like we've got some kind of a circuit board. So this is one of those static bags. Ah, check that out. A little circuit board there with some plugs on it. Oh, this looks like this. This right here is the power unit. Let's pull this out. All right, so right here we've got the upper arms, looks like. Pull this unit, it's tiny. Oh, we got the print head roller. So there's the actual print head right there. So that is the filament feeder, because it does have a Bowden tube, and it looks like it's the access for up and down. Go ahead and pull this off of here. Put this down. So this is the power supply unit. Everything looks way different than what it was before. Everything is definitely more compact. So this is the power unit. Looks like it's set to 230. So I have to make that switch down to 115. So on-off switch, power input right here. Looks fairly basic, but what do you... Yeah, it's power, but what the heck do you do with it? There's like no output. Oh, wait a minute, there we go. It is the output. Alright, what else we got in this box? We got another level. So inside this bottom level, looks like we've got another stepper motor. We've got a bag of stuff. Looks like it comes with a little card. Micro switch, extra micro switch, extra roller. So it looks like it comes with some filament too. And a couple of, looks like it comes with a hot end and a couple of those connectors for the Bowden tube. So we do have another piece of roller. We got the wire, some kind of an adapter plate for something. Inside of here, nuts, bolts, screws, zip ties, and tools. So there's some stuff in there. More pieces, more rails. Looks like there are 2 rails in there. Bigger rails and 2 rails right here. So I am definitely going to be... Oh, look at that. They even gave a spatula to be able to pry off your prints. And then this right here is a spool holder. So, oh, that's what that is. So this is the spool holder. So you unspin this, something. It's like locked. Oh, there we go. So I guess somehow this is going to go like this or something. Just like that. So, and that's it. Nothing else in the box. Okay. This is a little bit more. This is a little bit more than I was thinking here. So this looks like this is going to be just like the other project when I put that thing together. So it does have that, oh, it's got that magnetic build plate. Oh, that is slick. That is cool, man, because it makes it a lot easier to be able to pull off your prints when you've got this type of thing, so you don't need the scraper. You literally just go like this and your print kind of like rips off. So it looks like we've got some connection points here, some connection points here. More connection points underneath. This thing is all like ready to rip, man. It's already got its wheels. So it's got its wheels to level the bed. All right, I guess I am opening up a manual. All right, so in this bag right here, we got a manual. Not sure what that is. Qualified certificate. Ah, instructions for assembly. There we go. So it's definitely not no quick start guide here. So it just shows you the list, the parts list of everything that was in that box. Yeah, I don't know. Longer, okay, so, all right, I get it. So that connects into, yeah, so that bolts onto this. So there's a longer section and a shorter section, I guess. Yeah, so there's the longer section, here's the shorter section. So this is the side, I think, that bolts into. So I'm gonna just pull this thing apart. See what we got here. Go by the instructions. So shows all your fasteners, shows all of your sections. So there's like some funky thing right there that must be somewhere here. Did I miss it? There's 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So unless it's wrapped up in here somewhere. Ah, it is. It's inside. There it is. Check that out. Oh, it's the screws. Ah. So this is a single screw unit. So the unit that I have upstairs is an upgraded unit. So what that unit has is it has 2 of these, which I'm assuming by the way this collet looks is I have a dual screw Z-axis. I believe it's called the Z-axis. So it's the up and down axis. What it did is it stopped. That's right, because one of these is going to be where this thing rolls on. So what it did is it stopped what I call jacking. It gave 2 screws on one side, 2 threaded rods that allow this to move up and down in a straight way. I'm not saying that it didn't, but it definitely helped, at least from my memory. Instead of it jacking one way or the other, it would just evenly raise and lower it. So that might be something that we do. I do have 2 of these units. So what I might do is leave one fully stock, assemble the other one, and do the upgrades on that one and see if I can see a difference between the units. So there's one of our rails. This is the rail that mounts the power supply. This is the rail that's for the other side. Looks like it mounts something. Oh, it must be mounting something. Must be mounting that. Or something, I don't know. No, actually that doesn't get mounted because it goes inside the rollers. It must just mount to the frame. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way for now. Because what it's showing is it's showing the 2 16 and 15. So you can see good instructions. Pretty good instructions. So you got the 2-hole there that's down on the bottom. Single hole, longer side, or whatever, longer, shorter. So, and then you can see that mounts to there. I am going to use the tools that they provided as well. So let's get some of this stuff. Pull this unit over here. How's it doing that? No. Looks like it was on one of its wires. Nice and solid. Oh, this is where the USB plug, and it's got its little memory card right there. So, better with Creality original filaments. So I got some plugs here. This looks like these are the plugs that go into the back of that board. This Actually, that looks like it goes into the back of the board. This goes somewhere else. It also is numbered too, or lettered. You've got X, E, X. Whoops. And you got another one over here. Everything's all either numbered or labeled or whatever. That I know is going to go like this. Alright, so in the instructions right here, instructions are to get 4 pieces of M5 by 45, and I believe that that's going to be the actual size. Let's check that out. M5 by 45. That'd be nice if that was the case. Do have something in here. Oh, check that out, dude. This thing comes with everything that you need to get started. Look at this. Comes with the snips. These cutters are great. I've got my original cutters. My original cutters work fine. Wicked, wicked sharp. Got the cable ties or zippy ties. Oh, check it out, dude. They even give you smart. They give you, this is a cleaning, a filament thing. Filament thing. It's a head cleaner thing. It's like a pin on a spring. So this is the tool set that they give you. I will say the tool set that came with my original one was way better right off because it had a ball driver. Ball drivers are way better, in my opinion. And it does look like the screws, they're not the same thing. Yeah, so they're not actual size. Okay. So you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 of these screws. So these must be the M5 by 45 because they're the largest on the thing. And that's what it's saying that we need right away. Pop 4 of these out, leaving 1 in the back. And we're going to go ahead and install the arms through the sides. So you can see that they're installed through the side somehow on somewhere. Oh, through the bottom. Okay. So they stand up. So the screws are on the inside edge or something. Think like this. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to put 2 screws in through the bottom. That's why they're so long. They'll thread in through the bottom here, up from the bottom. In through the bottom, up through the bottom. I'm going to get the things that I don't need in my way out of the way. So 2 screws going up through the bottom. Feed those in. Yeah. Why are the dogs barking? Technically, they were barking because of what this machine prints. So I just had 6 more orders go out today, which is stinking awesome. I'm trying to do it around the camera. So I need to get just 1 started. And then it will make it so that I can get the other one. Just like that. Kind of gonna do everything kind of semi-loose right now. Not gonna crank anything really down yet. So get that one. Go over to the other side. Same thing. Just throw a screw in. And then I'll show you. Guide it into position here. So just go ahead and go like that. And grab the other one. Feed that into place. I will say the driver doesn't go very deep into these screws. So again, I'm not cranking it down, just kind of putting it into place. I'll leave till the end. I'll leave it kind of loose, but then I'll go ahead and just make sure all these fasteners and everything are all good. Very solid unit. All right, unit's getting taller. Next on the unit, it looks like they want me to install the PC, the board thing there, the screen, and the power supply. Power supply and the board go on the right side. So I've got the power supply right here. And from what I'm seeing, it's like it kind of just goes like that. Is that right? Yeah, a little elevated. And that's going to take the 2 longer screws for the bottom, 2 smaller screws for the top. So M5 by 8 for 2 pieces. So M5 by 8, there's 4 pieces in total. So 4 by 20 would be that smaller cap style, not button, because that's a button head. So it's got the cap style. There's 2 of those. Looks like these are them. See, yeah, see, it's 2 pieces. So that makes it easy. Right there. And the bag is actually marked M4 by 12. Wow. Alright, so that makes it even easier. The stinking thing's marked. So peel that open. Grab these 2 screws. Go ahead and grab a smaller Allen wrench. And we'll take this unit. We'll slide a screw in through. Use the Allen wrench to kind of guide it into place. Go after the bottom one first. And you can see that there's a hole there and a hole there, and that's where those 2 screws mount. So upper screw and lower screw. Power wire is kind of a little odd. So these 2, I am going to crank down. Not too much, but enough so I know it's not going to go anywhere. There we go. Okay, so that's all connected up. Now, I'm supposed to mount this somewhere. So looking on the manual, 2 screws, but there's 4 holes. So see how there's 4 holes? But what it is, it's staggered, so it doesn't even matter. So it's literally just like that. So you can see that placement just like that. So that's going to be those 2. Get a couple of shiny screws here. And that's the M5 by 8. Make sure that that's aligned. I'll give it a crank. And give this one a crank. Dude, check this thing out. This thing is going to be slick. I'm liking how this is. So all I did was I just changed it to a wider format so that more can kind of get into the shot here. But this is what we have so far. We're obviously going to need to put on the top rails and stuff like that, but this is where we are so far. So we've got the screen attached, and we have the thing there, power supply on that back side. So we've got step 1 done, step 2 done. Gonna have to go ahead and go for step 3, and that is mounting this bracket, and it's showing you on the bottom how they want the screw going sideways, not up and down. So that little, these things right here, so you could see it needs those. It's funny, it doesn't show that that's what it needs, but you can kind of tell. So we need that funky L bracket looking thing. Funky L bracket? Dude, is that this whole unit? Nah, it ain't that, is it? Oh, I see it. Okay, that's why it's not showing. So in this bag, there's a little unit in there that we need. We need this right here. So this is the limit switch. So that's what we're installing right now, is the limit switch. That limit switch is going to get installed right there. Careful with that. It's got a little micro switch on the bottom here. So looking at that, showing how it's attached. Looks like it's attached this way. See? So that's going to get installed here. So what I'll do is I'm going to slide it from the top. So we'll come in from the top like that. We'll loosen those screws and we'll be able to slide that unit right down. So this is using the same size Allen wrench that we've been using other than the bottom screws. Go ahead and loosen this up, keeping in mind the way they wanted these going sideways. So when we install it, need to just make sure that these are going in the correct orientation. So they need to be that way, sideways, horizontal. So you want to make sure that this is going this way. That way when the Z-axis, I think it's a Z, Z-axis comes down and hits the limit switch. So these need to be sideways like that. There we go. So see how that goes in there, like that. And we'll just let this drop down. We won't let it drop down to the bottom, but we will. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of a tighten. I think I made it too loose. A little bit of a tighten. A little bit of a tighten. And we'll just slide that down to the bottom for now. Okay, so that's kind of just loosely placed there. Now we can go ahead and go to step 4, which is installing the Z-axis rod. So it's that rod, and then 2 pieces of a tapered screw. I forget what that's called. So I got number 17 and 2 pieces of the tapered screw. We're also going to need this unit. As you see, has mounting holes right there. And that is going to be on this same side. I don't know what that was. M4x18 for 2. Boy, they really made this easy to do. Wow. Wicked, wicked easy, dude. Swear I don't remember my other one being this easy. So, that actually looks like it's the plug that installs into that. Might not be, though. Oh, that's the limit. Ah, that's the limit switch one. So that's the limit switch one. This is probably the plug that goes for the stepper motor. So that's going to sit right there. You got these screws right here that are going to go through. And there's a threaded portion. So this stepper motor is 2 holes, receiving holes right there and there. So we'll go ahead and just kind of just lay this on there. Grab one of these screws that they got here. Lightly put it in. Grab the other one. Do the same thing on the other side. Kind of adjust it to get it to lock in. And it's pretty much there. Again, I'm going to leave this just kind of finger tight, not so I can still kind of operate it. But looking at this, I can almost guarantee just the way this whole thing is going together, that is the plug that's going into that stepper motor. So with the way this thing is made, man, this is way better. So it's got a Creality 4234 stepper motor, which is the size of the stepper motor, smaller stepper motor than what I had before. So back to the instructions. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the rod and face it or place it right into the collar. So the rod right here has a sleeve. You obviously want to pull the rod out of the sleeve. It's not going to make a difference which way you put the rod because obviously the thread's just, it's the same way. So we're going to go ahead and just stick that in there for now. Just let it sit. Step 5, 2 pieces of M4x16. So there's a bag right here labeled M4x16. So we're going to rip out 2 of these screws. And this is going to be installing the Bowden tube receiver end or output end. So it's the Bowden tube like coupler. So it's a Bowden tube coupler that attaches to the Z-axis and whatever the other thing is. So it's Z and the feeder. So 2 of these screws. Oh, and we need a rail. So in this little thing here, put the screws down here. In this thing, has 2 rails. And I believe these rails are probably the same exact thing. Get it out of its little package here. So just check out these rails, and they're not the same. So one is definitely longer than the other. I'm going to say this is the top rail, seeing it only has 4 holes. And that would make sense because that's the top rail. And then this one right here has a bunch of holes here. There's 3, and then 3 on here. So looking at this manual, you can see it's got the 3 small holes, or the 3 holes that are closer together on that side. And that is for mounting. And that's for mounting this unit to it. So you can see there's 1, 2, 1, 2, there's 3. What the heck? Am I missing something here? 1, 2. That would be those 2 screws, which is this. All right, I need a second to check this out. I'm pretty sure that that's just, yeah, something's a little odd here. Oh, wait a minute. Is that how that goes? Yeah, I'm not looking at something right. So in the manual, did I have it upside down? So it goes that way. Ah, I had it backwards. So this mounts to there. Like that. That's what the problem was. Okay, so getting those screws in there is a little rough, but I think I can do it. Dang. So those screws need to be kind of like plunged through somehow. So let's put this down on the bench here. All right, so for what I'm seeing is that mill out is for this right here. So that way it can fit like that. And I gotta take 2 of these M4x16s. So I'm going to pop out 2 of these M4x16s here. So the wrench can go through. So what I have to do is kind of like, hard to show this, man. So you have to put the wrench through here, right? So you want to put the wrench through. Oh, I could do it that way. So the wrench is going to go through, and I'm going to put a screw. Oops, I'm going to put a screw on the end of the wrench once I get it through that one section, like that. Oops, see what I'm saying? Like that, okay? Like that. And then you take this rod and then just screw that down. Grab another one, do the same thing, feed that through, put the screw on it, and then be very careful of the micro switch that's there. Jesus. Very careful of the micro switch that's there. Gotta put that into place. So there is a little bit of movement. So I'm going to try to, again, just do these kind of like finger tight type of deal. That way they still have some kind of movement when I put everything together. Alright, so now, step 6, 2 more of those screws, which are the M4x16. So 2 more, there's 3 left. 2 more of those screws, and we're going to mount this to the opposite side, which is the roller side. Yeah, it's the roller side for this other side. But it also looks like we have to install the print head. So we need the print head, that bracket, which is this right here, this bracket, and the print head, which the print head is attached. So just give this unit a little bit of a spin here. So this is going to be like this. This is most likely going to be in front. So that actually should get a little bit of grease or oil. We'll do that after the fact here. So I am supposed to put that in there. Almost a forgotten step right there. And that is, whoa, that's in this bag right here. So you can see it's got those little Bowden tube couplers. I'll rip one of these out of here. Go ahead and install that right into there. Get the wrench set here. Let's go ahead and give that a nice light crank. That. God, I get shaky when I'm doing stuff that I feels like gonna strip out. Just want to be careful, man. It's not gonna strip out, I don't think, but this is plastic. So they do have a metal. There's a metal upgrade. So I think the other unit, I'm going to fully metal upgrade. I'm going to leave my original unit just the way it is. So now this needs to go onto the top. Haha. But I need to go ahead and slide the print head on, and I need to put this part of the roller on. So the print head needs to go on first. So here's the print head. I think I can do this from like this. All right, so now the print head here needs to go on. So that just basically slides on and rolls on like that. Nice and fluid. Wow. Nice and fluid that thing moves. So there's a limit switch. Say, listen. Click. Limit switch for that. Limit switch down here for this. And then this is going to go over here. Or, right? Let's go this way. No. So now we're going to go ahead and install this piece, which is this roller, and that's going to be installed on the backside. If you look on the backside, it does have another mill out section, and that mill out section corresponds to, I think, that hole right there. So I just want to make sure that this is orientated the correct way. So looking at the instructions, you get the stepper motor on this side. You want to make sure that your wheels are on the same side as the wheels that you see for the print head and the stepper motor. So that means that this is going to flip around, and we're going to install it on this side, and it's going to be this way with the smaller angle facing down. It's really the only way you can do that. So go ahead and do that like that. We'll pull out just the last 3, and we only need 2. So take that, line that up. Same thing with this one. take this one, put that into place. And just like I said, I'm just gonna do it finger tight. So when everything's together, then I can crank things down. So pretty sure now we need to go ahead and mount this into the unit or not. No, we need the backside roller. So there's a backside roller, which is that piece, and that's what's inside of this bag right here. So you got this little thing right here. Oh, it's like a USB memory card thing. Okay. This, which this is the roller. And this is just, I believe this is just called cleaning filament, or it's filament to go ahead and test your unit. I ain't gonna test nothing. I'm literally going to start the unit printing like right away. I'm gonna put my files on it and just go ahead and start printing. So now this mounts on that side, so it's the opposite side, and it's going to face in. So flip this whole unit around like this, and then this little thing here, this is for the, where's the belt? Ah, that's for the belt. Okay. So same thing, it's got those little pieces, and they want them to be orientated this way. So we'll unscrew it. Slide the pieces in, hopefully. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, again, just do this. Just a quick little tighten, and that way it's up against. Because these can rotate. So I'll just do that. That's just the tensioner pulley. Tensioner pulley for the belt. This is the belt right here. So I'm probably going to have to get a new belt for my other machine. But again, my stock unit is 100% stock, and I haven't had to replace a dang thing on it except for the nozzles. All right, looking at the manual, looks like we got all that all set. They are wanting me to install the belt. So I guess I should have installed the belt first. Or, yeah, okay, so let's install the belt. All right. So, 2GT, it's a GT belt. So looking underneath, you can see there's a spline on this side. So the way that goes is it's going to go this way. So it has to ride on the top of the unit. So maybe what I'll do is I'll do the smart thing, and we'll go into the channel like this. Come on, go to your home, or not. The way that little thing is in there gives me a little bit of a hard time getting past the roller. Okay, so you can see sliding this along that channel. Pull that out. Come on. Slide the belt around that. Feed it in and through. Go around that thing there. I'm going to see if I can use the thing here to fish that out. Come on. See it's like stuck in there. Are you serious? You're actually stuck? What the hell? Actually got stuck in there. Come on. Just feed through, will you? See, the thing is I'm doing this on camera, right? And that's always the way, dude. You do things on camera, and it just doesn't go the way you hope. There we go. Pull that through. Feed it through the other way. Make it go on the bottom. So now it's going to go on the bottom side. So see how it's going on the bottom here, right? So make sure that's in its little thing. And then basically all you do is this goes underneath like this. See? Like that. Then you take this side, go around the roller, and that's going to go on that side, but I need to loosen this. So just loosen it just the slightest amount so I can slide this in. or not. And then take the belt, wrap the belt under, and then can put some tension on this and give it a tweak. So I just want to check the belt tension. Feels pretty good. So I'm going to give it just another push. So I could feel it tweak out just a little. And I'll just leave it like that for now. So technically this is really the only one that I've tightened a little bit more beyond anything else. Now I'm pretty sure we need to take the unit and slide it on the top, right? So we did that, so now I can switch over to step 9. So that is sliding it onto the top and getting the screw in and through the unit. So don't tighten it too tight. So do not tighten this too tight. So that they're talking about this right here. So this looks like we're gonna go ahead and slide the unit on top of the whole thing. All right, so now we're just going to take the whole unit and get those rollers in there. All right, so one thing about a GoPro is the fact that it's always overheating or chewing up a battery pack. And we're back. Okay, so I was just basically just installing this unit here. So we are at the top. It says something about don't over tighten those screws. My screws aren't tight anyway, so I think what I need to do right now is rotate that coupler, or at least the threaded rod. So I'm going to take the rod, slide it into place here, and basically, whoop, see how it's jacking? So that roller, so right now, there we go. Okay. So go ahead and just kind of buzz this down. All right, so this unit is coming together. So I did that. Now I'm going to check what they mean by do not over tighten. Nothing's tightened, so I am going to grab a wrench and just see if these are loose. Okay, must be the small one over here. Just want to see if these two screws that are on this back side right here, those are the ones that they're talking about. Just want to see if it's loose because it says don't over tighten. So they're definitely, I think they were fine, however they were. So that's all set, pretty sure. Now I'll go to step 10, and that's installing, it looks like the top rail. So the top rail is going on the top here. So that top rail is going to go right on the top here. So that's this piece, which is going to go like that. M5 by 25. And this bag says M5 by 25. So I'm going to grab 4 of these. So everything is nice and greasy, which is good. All right, just gonna drop these down into place. Two more on the other side. And I'm just gonna give it a spin. Whoa. Why does that feel so tight? Boy, it doesn't feel right. Wonder if I've got this upside down. Check that right now. I might have installed this upside down. The reason why I say that, because it might not be, it might be countersunk. Ah, look at that. Bonehead. Look at that. Make sure you check. It's got a countersink to allow the actual head to slide by. Wow, almost destroyed that. Now it'll go into place. Look at that, that's much better. What a hack. Is there supposed to be something that holds that into place? So on my other unit, there's nothing. See, on my other unit, it actually has a backside thing that holds this in place. Maybe with this unit, because it's a smaller unit, it doesn't need it. Or maybe it's an upgrade. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank these down. Okay, here we go. Looks like I had some kind of little plastic thing here. 2 pieces of plastic something. There's 2 pieces here, but is that what that is? So there's a part number in there. It just says 2020 O file cover. Kind of, can't tell. Looks like it goes for the end, so that must be it. What it must be is because these are ultra sharp, these little cover pieces kind of protect. Oh, look at look at what does it say? Correct. X. Dude, read your manual. All right, does it go this way or does it go this way? I'm gonna go sideways. That side. Oh, let the unit. And go ahead and go that side. Just like that. Cool. Protects you. All right. So now we're done with step 7, it looks like. Put the protective pieces on. We got these things cranked down. We did flip the top bar over. Now we're on to step 11. That is installing this, which we already kind of did a part of it. And I did do that right. No, I did it wrong. Jeez, guy. Doing everything wrong here. So apparently that's supposed to go in this way, and then this gets on the outside. And then that locks like that. And then they have the spool holder facing the back of the machine. So that's gonna go. So that's gonna go on Y's. So this little spool holder thing is gonna somehow get bolted on here somehow. It's got those things. So see, X, correct? So got 2 of these and 2 of these. Oh, kind of almost seems like you'd want this to go on first. Alright, now I'm gonna put this on after, I think. I don't know. Go ahead and put these in. Put that in like that. Maybe I can get it to like rotate when I put it in somehow. Put that in there. I gotta let the dogs in there. They're acting hot. So it is supposed to be like 80 degrees, but they are undercover. So we'll just do that for now. I gotta let the dogs in. Alright, where were we? Let the dogs in, gave them water. So we got that done, we get that done. We're on to here. Get those little doohickeys on there. Go ahead and kind of drill it into place. And somehow, see, spool holder, I think it should be over here. See, I've never done a top mounted spool thing, so they kind of have it mounted like that. The fun part is going to be making sure that I can get those in. All right. Do is take something and rotate it maybe. Will that work? Nah. How do you rotate that thing? Maybe install them first? Almost seems like what you want to do is take those out. So I'm going to pop this cover here. Pop these 2 screws out. Because it seems like this way is going to make more sense. Because then I could take these, rotate them the way I want them to be. That, and like that. And then kind of... Okay. So you're fighting me. So I want that there. Okay, loosen it just a touch. Okay, maybe not. Nah, because as soon as it goes by it... What the hell? How do you get them things to rotate and stay? Like, see what I mean? Like, you want it to be like that, but as soon as it gets by the thing, it friggin' rotates it. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Okay. So I got that one. Alright, so you didn't have to take those out. You just gotta, like, finagle away to turn that thing. Come on, man. There we go. Got it. Got it. Alright. Now I can go ahead and put these screws back in that I didn't need to take out. Now put the Wrist Slicer 9000 protective cap on. Wrist Slicer 9000. All right. Oh my God, dude, are you serious? I'm fired. Oh my God, dude, I'm so fired. What a pain in the neck that thing is. What the hell, dude? See, that's where the ball driver comes into play. I think I got that one. I'm just gonna tighten that into place. Go after this one. Again, loosen it up. So this is where the ball driver probably would have helped. Oh my God. Just spun on me again. Can't tell if it's sideways or not. So what I'm gonna do is take my flashlight here. And it's sideways. What the hell, dude? That's the wrong, is that the wrong one? No, that's the right one. Oh, I got it. Oh, look at that. By accident. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up now. Not super tight, but I don't want that moving. Alright. Alright, so far now we've got majority of this unit all done. I'm thinking what I just need to do is just kind of go through and tighten things up, but they're looking for connections, so they're showing you basically all the connection points where things get connected. The wires do appear to kind of be where they should be. You've got a wiring harness thing going to there. So I'm going to go ahead and connect all of these units up. That's all done. Just making sure. So we had 2 pieces of that, 2 pieces with that. That's all done. So it looks like it is just connection points now. So just going to put the unit on its side. See what we got here. We got this, which connects into what? Okay, so that connects. So this connects down underneath. Connects to this cable, which is right there. So that connects to that. So that's like main power to like the whole logic board. I'll call this like the logic board. This is just the screen. So we've got these things are already connected. So those stepper motors are all set. This needs to connect to somewhere on here. That's a pretty good sized connection there. What does it say here? Looks like it's, I don't know. There's like 3 sections to connect it to and they all look the same. Well, on here, ho! So on here there's nothing that literally says which one I should be connecting it to. Looks like it's showing it connected all the way over. Let's bring this here. Looks like it's showing it's connected there. Because when I look at this, it's showing the back and it's showing it like this. And it's connected to this side. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it to that one. It does have a little notch right there. Watch me fry this thing right out of the gate. So it doesn't like click in or anything. It just kind of like slides into place. So I guess that's done. Now we've got to connect up some wires this way, which I believe is this triple thing here. So you got 2 shorties and 1 long, which this one long one looks like it's going to, I have no idea. So this one this one. So down here we already have this in place, and that is going to get connected right into that plug, and that's underneath. Boy, is that a pain. So that's already kind of there. This needs to go out to the back. So this little limit switch connector It's got the two little prongs facing that way. So that did connect into place. Then right here, we've got this one that's kind of already there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug that into there. It's got the part that faces up. Connect into there. Then we've got this long wire, which you can see we've got an X and an E, and then we've got another X. Doesn't look like this unit could have a... So there's two X's, what the heck? So there's gotta be a limit, yes. So there's a limit thing here, a micro switch. So there's a micro switch in there, so that's what that's for. So that's for the micro switch that's right in there. So, boy, I don't know if I like the wire hanging out like that. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be, though. Kind of looks like it is showing that, so I'll go ahead and just plug it in. What the heck kind of fingers can get in there? The two prongs are facing out. So you get the two little prongs, those are facing out. You can hear it click into place. So that's all set. And I think I don't like about that. It's like the wire could get close to that. So then we've got X and an E. They're both the same length, so, and they both need to plug into the stepper motors. So there's a stepper motor plug. So there's a stepper motor plug right there, and there's a stepper motor plug there. On the instructions, it says the X, which is that, goes there. The E is this one, right? Yeah. X is this one. E is that one. So you can see on this little manual right here. Got a little X right here. So that X is going to get plugged into there, and it's got to go this way, so the prongs are facing that way. Well, that didn't click in, but it's there. And then this one, real close to that screw. Wow, look how close that is to that screw. Look how close the wire is to the screw there. So the two things face up. Okay. That literally looks like it rides up against the screw. Plug is so close to that screw, you could put a piece of paper in between it. Maybe a couple pieces. Definitely looks like we're getting close. Got these wires here. Guess they're just gonna hang out in the back like that. We just completed step 12, which was connecting all of these wires. So some of these wires were connected, some of them weren't. EXZ, we did those. Hooked up main power. We did the EXP3, which was the one facing all the way to the inside of the unit. So when you're looking at the unit like this, we plugged it into the plug that was on that side, because looking at the screen, that appears to be how they wanted it. We've got that plug, which is the limit switch for that. That limit switch, and did we do that one? That one's already done, right? Oh, we got to connect the Bowden tube. So got this Bowden tube thing here. So that needs to connect into there. You see, you've got this Bowden tube. That is going to just push into there. Now I'm gonna, my hands are greasy, so I'm gonna use a paper towel to help me push that in, so I've got a grip on that tube. And that's it. So here we go. So that is one weird thing about how this is that Bowden tube looks really jacked. Like, it doesn't look like it's very happy. Almost as if it needs to rotate like that. See how now it looks like that Bowden tube has a better kind of like flow? So, I mean, once it moves, who knows? Looks like everything's connected, man. I do have a couple screws left over. So I got that screw, that screw. It's got some things here. There's a section over here which looks like the wire is supposed to go to it, but there's no way. So when you see on the back side of here, there's like a channel. And on my original one, I believe my wire or something comes through this channel. There's no way that's gonna happen with this unit. So it looks like it's all set, man. It looks like it's set to go. The only thing I am gonna have to do is go ahead and mess around with this screw. So the only thing that I'm gonna have to do is mess around with this screw right here, and that is for the actual screw. So I don't think it said anything in the manual about that. That was all the way back on, what step was that? So that was all the way back on this step right here. Step something. Where? Step 4? Yeah, so that was on step 4. There's no verbiage saying to tighten it. I mean, there is something there, but there's no words. So, all right, well, we're done with step 12. I guess now it's just time to plug it in. All right, So here's the finished product here. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. Got this plug right here, and I should probably, I'm gonna leave it be for now, because I know I've got a couple of screws that I still want to tighten up, but I also just want to plug this thing in. Power supply thing on the back side of here. I do want to switch that switch into the position of 115. That's going to be switching it down. So now it's at 115 power. Go ahead and plug that in. And powering this unit up for the first time here. So I'm going to peel off this little sticker thing here. Come on. Come on. All right. Switch on the side here. Powered on. And hey, look at that. Turned on. It faked me out for a second. So we've got Ender 3 Pro. So I'm going to click the button. We've got motion. Let's do an auto home. Okay. It's funny, I can see that things are off. So like the build plate, like the nozzle's not even lined up to the plate. So why would that be?